Hey, hey. Welcome everybody to Miss Glow's Kitchen, where there's sugar, spice, and everything nice, where we slice, dice, and entice, using everything we can, from peppers to allspice. What's up, my people? Y'all know what time it is? See y'all in the kitchen. And here's the 3 ingredients we need to make these shortbread tarts. We need a cup of butter, so it's going to be 2 sticks of butter. You can use salted or unsalted, makes no difference in this recipe. Confectioners or powdered sugar and flour. That's it, y'all. Y'all know what I always say. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. So let's get to it. So you want to put your 2 sticks of butter and your half cup of powdered sugar into a bowl, into a mixing bowl. Now at this point you can grab a hand mixer if you want to. I don't recommend that because you can take a spatula and you can do the same thing without all the hassle. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm using what I call a smashing motion. What I'm doing is smashing that butter into the sugar. So I'm basically mashing them together to mix them, to make a mesh really well. So this is going to take a couple minutes, not that long, so no need for a hand mixer to me, but it's really going to be up to you. Alright, so you do want to scrape your dry sugar off the side of the bowl. You want to make sure you get all of that. Alright, so you want to make sure this is completely mixed before you put any of the flour in. Okay? So it might look like there's little balls of sugar in there. That's actually okay. What's not going to be okay is balls of dry flour. So don't worry about the sugar. Once you get it mixed up like this, you're good to go. And that's good. Alright? Yeah, that's really good. Alright? So now what I do here is I put in 1 cup of flour. If you want to put in both cups of flour and work it in, that's okay. So what I try to do is measure 1 cup at a time and put it in. And get it completely mixed well before I put the other cup in there. And that's just to ensure that I do not have dry balls of flour, which is not pleasing to the eye at all. So you want to make sure you don't have that in there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do that same little smashing motion to get this mixed up well. Same thing. Okay? Alright, that's good. Just keep going just like that. Alright, we're good to go. And once again, we want to make sure to scrape down the sides of the bowl. So we want to make sure that all of that dry flour, as much of it as we can get off, it's off. Okay, so we want to end up with same thing we did before. So well incorporated, so it almost looks like it's a paste, sort of. See? That's exactly what we're looking for, especially after that first cup. Alright, so you want to get the second cup put in. Alright, so that's me measuring, because you do need to measure that flour exact. Baking is an exact science, so you want to make sure you're measuring it very well. You're not putting a heaping cup of flour. No, don't want to do that because that's going to be too much flour for the recipe. So to that 2 sticks of butter, half a cup of confectioner's sugar, go 2 cups of flour, and not 2 heaping cups either, 2 level cups of flour. Alright, so keep going with this. This is going to mix up way sooner than you think. Now what I did with the video is I did not want to speed it up. It's because I want you to watch and see exactly how to do this, especially the second cup, to get it completely mixed. So it's important that you do not add water, milk, more butter. Don't add anything. This is going to mix up. Just take your time and do it, but do not add anything to it. Okay, don't add anything to it. Alright, sorry if you just heard my grandbaby yelling in the back. Grandbaby is loud sometimes. Alright, we've almost got it. So you can see it's coming together. Alright, so you want to move it. And the reason why I'm moving it is because I want to make sure I don't have any dry flour left over.
at the bottom especially. So make sure you take your dough and you actually take that rubber spatula, spoon, whatever you're using, turn it over so you can make sure you don't have dry flour left at the bottom of the bowl that's going to be on the dough. Alright, so we want to make sure. And that's what we're looking for. We look for kind of a stiff dough-like. So check that out, because that's exactly right. We want to be able to form balls with it. And remember, it's a shortbread. A shortbread is kind of, it's a buttery cookie, but it's a bit dense. So it's not a light, airy cookie at all. So if you've had it already, then you know. Though this is not a cookie, it's a tart, but it's very damn close to it, so. Alright. Good. That's what we're looking for. Alright, so now we're going to move on.
Okay, so next step after that is you're going to turn your oven on 300 degrees. Because this is going to go into a 300-degree oven for anywhere between 17 to 22 minutes. The key to it is you're going to look for browning around the edges. So this will go in for a minimum of 17 minutes. That's for sure, but you can watch it after that because you want to make sure that you do get some browning. You want a nice golden brown color around there. And it's kind of hard to tell, but right around the edges in the pan, you'll be able to see it. So now, next step with this is you're going to use a mini muffin pan like that. So I'm going to angle the camera down just so you can see exactly what it is that I'm doing. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna angle that down, and what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna start spraying. Now, I may or may not use all of these compartments, but the other pan I had only had 12 in there. So sometimes I use more than 12, so you just wanna make sure you generously spray. These are gonna come right out. They should pop right out. If they stick in there, you didn't spray it. You didn't put enough spray. I know I'm not gonna use all of them, so I'm just gonna do about 20 of them. Now, what you want to do is I usually eyeball it. So I've been doing this so many years, but I usually eyeball it. So I'll usually make a little ball of it. So maybe like that much, like this is a tablespoon, 1 tablespoon. So I do that, and then I will form that into a nice ball. So what you want to do is you want a ball like that, a nice ball, and you want to put the ball in there. So what's going to happen with this ball is we're going to form this into a cup, like a cup. So I got y'all. So you really seriously only need like a tablespoon of it. So your dough stuck in that spoon like that, get that out. I know it's a mess. I got these bills out, it's a mess, but okay. All right, so that's what you want to do. So now what you want to do is you want to get all your balls in there. So now that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to finish that. I'm going to get all the balls in here, and then I'm going to come right back. But I just want to right back to it. Y'all can see I ended up with 21 of them. If you end up with 24, if you make these a little bit smaller, or you end up with more if you use a teaspoon. But now, here's what we want to do. So you get a little close up. Now, here's what you want to do. You can take your finger if you want to. So what you want to do is you just want to put a well in it. So I'm going to bring that over here. I'm going to let you see what I did. Now, you want to make a well in it, but you do not want to bring that up over the sides of it. You know what I'm saying? You want this to be even. So you're going to make a well, right? And these, go quickly. Make a nice little well. Now, the thing about it is, you want to make this well, it's going to seem redundant, but trust me. You're going to make this well now. When this gets in the oven, what's going to happen is this is going to puff up. But what happens when you get it out, you're going to take something round or the handle of a spoon or something, you're going to poke your well back in here again. But you do need to do this. It is an important part of it. You want to do the well in it now, too. So, right. So, now, all right. So you get that? You see that? Put a nice little well in them like that. And these are going to go into the 300-degree oven now for anywhere between 17 to 22 minutes, minimum 17. At 17 minutes, start watching them. They start browning around the edges, which I'm going to show you. Then that's when you want to take them out, when you get them to a golden brown color. All right, into the oven, these will go. All right, so after about 12 minutes, here's what you're going to see. So it's baking, it's puffing up a little bit, but that's what you should see after about 11 or 12 minutes, okay? All right, so now After 17 minutes, because this is a different stove from my last stove. See, my last stove would bake these in 17 minutes, so it will depend on your stove. So now what we're looking at, see, it's still doughy and white. What we're looking for is a golden brown around the edges, which we don't have yet. So we want to leave this in here at least 3 to 4 more minutes, but just keep watching them and keep your oven door closed.
All right, it's hard to see with the lighting, but if you look quickly at this pan, you can see right around the edges it's a little golden brown. So the light in the oven shows it better than right here, but it's a golden brown color right there around the edges. Now, the thing you have to know is you're going to leave these in the pan for a few minutes to cool, for like 5 to 7 minutes. Well, while these are cooling, the bottom of it may turn like another shade darker. So that's what's going to give you a really, really golden brown color, is the fact that it's going to keep browning while it's in the pan. So leave it 5 to 7 minutes, and after 5 to 7 minutes, you flip it over onto a cooling rack.
All right. So this is like after 5 minutes of cooling. Now this is what I normally do. Now you can put something under your rack. I want to go ahead and show you what I normally do. So what I normally do is put my rack on top of the pan like this, and then just grab it kind of so you can flip it. So fingers on the top, thumb on the bottom, wham, flip it. You can hear them. All right, so I normally just give it a little tap on the back, and almost, look, one stubborn one, huh? It's always one stubborn one, but look, get out a little twist and it's out too. Look at that color. So that's what we're looking for, a nice light golden color. All right, that gives us what we're looking for. So these cool off in like probably minutes. All right, so now the other thing is, when they come out of the oven, if you want a deeper well in there, as soon as it comes out of the oven, you can stick another well in there. But I just wanted like a little shortbread cake this time instead of a shortbread tart. But if you want a tart, then you're gonna, as soon as you get it out of the oven, you're gonna take like the end of something like this, and then you're gonna stick it like down in there. What happens is it'll give you a nice well, but you gotta do it while it's warm. So right now what we got is like little shortbread cakes. That's really good too. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I got a cake doily. It's a little bit too big for this, but I just want to show you what I'm gonna do. So if you're having a party or something like this, you know what you want to do with these little shortbread cakes. They're so good and buttery. So good. All right, so you want to keep them, but you know when you do this and you're serving, you want to try to keep uniform sizes if you can. So that just kind of keeps your presentation kind of pretty. You know what I'm saying? So it keeps your presentation kind of pretty. If you want to count them on here, you can. I mean, I normally don't. I just fit as many as I can, because believe me, these go so quick. Like, these are not, this is not a little dessert that's gonna stay on your dessert bar too long. Let's do that. All right, let's just see if we got, for another one. I don't know. You know what? Just try to organize them really pretty or something like that. I don't know. I usually mess with them, so I don't like that one. Not for presentation purposes, anyway. And so that's what I normally do when I'm having a party or something. What I do is I see it's a little crack on that one. Nope. So just for presentation purposes, I'll take a look at my tarts before. Now see, I got them all on there. All I had to do was put some around the edges and then a couple in the middle. Now, check this out. I'm gonna move over here. Now, little crumbs. Now, I usually use a teaspoon. That's what I do, because it's better. Now, I'm gonna use today cherry pie filling. So I'm gonna use a little bit of caramel in a couple of them too, but I'm gonna show you. Now, cherry, you can use strawberry, apple, you can use any flavor you want. I like cherry, because not particularly for the cherries, because I don't eat the cherries. I pick the cherries out. And what I do is this little filling that's in here. Oh my goodness, it's tart. And so it goes with these so well. So that's what I normally do. So see, what I normally do on here is I put 2 cherries. So I get 2 cherries on here, but then I make sure I put some extra, like some of this extra filling, this cherry right here. I make sure I put extra, because you have to. It's so good. But I normally do apple. So I normally do apple and cherry. So if I have somebody who doesn't really care for the cherry ones, then the next choice is apple. But you can do blueberry, you can do pineapple. You know, if you got it, you can make a peach cobbler filling and put it if you want to. So, I mean, it's really, like, really up to you. This is really a great little one bite dessert. You know what's about to happen. You know what's about to go down. Now, you can bite this in half, or either it's like an amuse-bouche, one bite. So it's one bite. Mmm. Mmm. So that butter, it explodes in your mouth. As soon as you bite down on that little tart, that butter explodes like crazy. Right? Let me get a pepper towel. That's delicious with that caramel. So I'm gonna take like one of the little halves. And like I told you, I like to do the cherry, but I like the juice part of it, the filling part of it. I don't like the actual cherry. So I put the filling part of it on there with this. All right, I haven't made these since I catered for somebody and made a tray of them and sent them out. I did half cherry, half apple. But hey, really pretty, right? And you can put whipped cream on the top too, so hey. Go make these, try them, leave me a comment. Hit that like and that subscribe button. Don't forget about that. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time.
As always, I appreciate you. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.